Did you know that something as simple as how you breathe can literally change your nervous system? Studies on diaphragmatic breathing and paced respiration show reductions in anxiety symptoms, improvements in heart rate variability, that's your body's recovery signal, and lower resting heart rate. Controlled breathing has even been shown to improve focus, improve pain tolerance, and support cardiovascular health. So yes, this isn't just woo-woo. Breathing right is science-backed. You train hard, eat clean, sleep well, but if you breathe like a stressed out goldfish, you're leaving real results on the table. It's about to rain. It's about to pour, I should say. Most people don't believe me when I tell them they're bad breathers. So I give them this challenge. Close your eyes, keep your mouth shut, put your hands on your ribcage, and breathe into your fingers, not your upper chest. Now do this for 2 to 3 minutes. No talking, no scrolling, just breathing. Pause this video and do that. What happened? They get lightheaded, they get bored, they get anxious, some get headaches. That right there tells us the system is deconditioned. Not the lungs, the breathing system. Diaphragm, rib cage, nervous system, CO2 tolerance, all of it. And here's why this matters. Breathing is the only system you have that is both automatic and under your control. That means it's the fastest way to influence heart rate, tension, stress hormones, posture, and even strength. So whoever you are, lifter, runner, busy mom, someone who carries stress in their neck, someone who wants to feel calm again, learning to breathe properly will help. Let's make this really clear. When we talk about proper breathing, we're talking about diaphragmatic breathing, 360-degree breathing, where the diaphragm descends, the rib cage expands, and the body creates pressure from the inside out. This is how the body was designed. Anatomically, the diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle that attaches to the lower ribs, the sternum, and the lumbar spine. When it contracts, it moves downward. That downward movement does 2 things. 1, it pulls air into the lungs, which is obvious, but 2, it pressurizes the abdominal cavity. That's the part most people miss. That internal pressure supports the spine, supports posture, and gives your nervous system a "we're safe" signal. This is why you see breathing work in physical therapy, in yoga, in high performance sport, and even in anxiety research. It's the same mechanism. Physiologically, slow, nasal, diaphragmatic breathing increases parasympathetic activity, your rest and digest system, and improves HRV. Higher HRV is consistently linked to better recovery and resilience. Now let's connect the dots. What happens if the diaphragm isn't doing its job? Other muscles jump in. Neck muscles, the scalenes, the upper traps, the low back. Those are called accessory breathing muscles. They're supposed to assist, not be the main event. When they become the main event, you get chronic neck tightness, headaches, tension between the shoulder blades, even jaw clenching. You also get a body that's stuck in low-level fight or flight. Not good. On top of that, if you only breathe high in your chest, you never get full rib cage expansion. That makes your thoracic spine stiff, and a stiff thoracic spine equals bad overhead mobility, bad rotation, bad posture, pain in your body. People think they need to stretch more. Sometimes they just need to breathe better. So a lot of the stuff people complain about,
I'm tight, I can't take a full breath, I'm always anxious, I gas out too fast, I have headaches,
is not just a strength problem or a mobility problem. It's a breathing mechanics problem. And no one wants to believe this because it seems too simple. Slow this down because this is important. On the inhale, the diaphragm contracts and moves down. The ribcage should expand out and back. Think 360 degrees, not just belly forward. Intra-abdominal pressure goes up, which is good for spinal stability. Physiologically, inhale is slightly sympathetic. It wakes the system up. Now on the exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and moves back up. The ribs draw in and down. That's called rib depression. The deep core and pelvic floor can engage to help push air out. Physiologically, exhale is parasympathetic. It calms the system down. So the inhale is like the load and expand. The exhale is organize and release. Most people say and expand all the time. They never fully exhale. And if you don't exhale well, you can't inhale well. That's why some people feel like they can't take a full breath. They never get the old air out. So let's practice.
For child's pose breathing, we're gonna be in a child's pose, which I'll show you, and I want you to set your timer for 2 to 3 minutes. For your breathing, I want you to breathe in and out of your nose. So I want you to really think about a slow, long inhale down into your ribs and a slow, long exhale. So you're really gonna think about expanding your rib cage side to side and then front to back, trying to keep the neck and shoulders relaxed, and see how much expansion you can get through your rib cage and then how much compression you can get through your rib cage on your exhale. So start really slow on your inhale, filling up, hold your air. See if you can push out to the sides and then front and back a little bit more once you have as much air as you think you can hold. And then same thing, slow, long exhale. Once you're out of air, see if you can compress your rib cage even more before you take your next inhale. Yeah, so it's gonna look something like this. So I'm inhaling here. I'm holding my air, and then I'm exhaling. I'm holding before my next inhale.
If only your belly shoots forward, you're probably overusing your abs or you're not getting rib movement. Some of the compensations I see all the time: shoulders hike up on the inhale, that's chest breathing. Low back arches to get air, that's poor rib mobility. Jaw and neck tighten, that's stress pattern breathing. People rush the exhale, that's low CO2 tolerance. All of these are fixable with practice. This is why I say practice. 2 to 3 minutes a day, build up to 5. Your breathing muscles need conditioning just like your glutes do. This is a skill to practice. And yes, research actually shows that breathing training can improve respiratory muscle strength and endurance. Now let's link this breath to mobility. When you stretch, your nervous system is deciding, do I feel safe here or not? The breath is how you tell it, we're safe. So here's how to do it. Get into the stretch. Inhale into the area you're opening. Think about expanding into the tight spot instead of tensing against it. Exhale and soften. Let the nervous system downshift. People tend to tense on the inhale. They shrug, they brace too hard, but the inhale should be expansion, not panic. If you stay calm on the inhale, you get deeper range and your body actually keeps it. That's nervous system mobility and flexibility. Now let's bring this into lifting, because this is where people really feel the oh moment. When you lift, you need intra-abdominal pressure to stabilize your spine. Strength coaches, power lifters, and rehab pros all teach it. Before the rep, take a nose breath and fill 360 degrees, front, sides, and back. Hold that pressure. Don't let it leak out. No grunts or moans. Start the movement. As you stand or press or exert yourself, let out the controlled hiss like air from a tire. That slow exhale lets you keep moving while keeping pressure. If you just exhale fast, you lose your brace. If you hold your breath the whole time and don't know how to manage it, you spike your blood pressure and gas out. So drill 1. In your warm-up, do body weight squats with the 360 breath and hiss. Feel how stable you are. For drill 2, grab a weight, either front or goblet squats. Now breathe, brace, descend, hiss on the way up. You will feel stronger. That is the breath creating the structure. So make this part of your warm-up every lift day. 3 to 5 breaths, 3 to 5 reps. Teach your body the pattern and take it into your training. Cardio is mostly about rhythm and CO2 tolerance. If you can't tolerate CO2, you feel out of breath way before your muscles are actually done. So try this. Start with nasal breathing as long as you can as you're getting your heart rate up and you're warming up. Use a 3-2 or 2-2 pattern. Inhale for 3 steps, exhale for 2, or inhale for 2 and exhale for 2. Keep the breath smooth no gasping. If you get side stitches, it's often the diaphragm fatiguing or you're exhaling on the same leg every time. Change the rhythm and relax your belly a bit. So practice this on walks first, then runs. Make the breath the metronome. It makes it so much more enjoyable. Here's what I want you to see. Core breathing isn't just bad habit. It reshapes your structure over time. If you're always chest breathing, your rib cage stays elevated and your ribs are flared. If your rib cage stays elevated, your abs don't get good leverage. If your abs don't get good leverage, your low back and hip flexors do too much. If your nervous system never gets that long exhale, you stay in sympathetic drive, which means more tension, more anxiety, worse sleep, slower recovery. So yeah, if you fix your breath, a lot of stuff starts working again. That's why it feels like a magic pill. That's why it seems too good to be true, but it still takes work and discipline. I've always known my breath was the answer. I was a singer, so I had a pretty strong diaphragm, but I still felt like I couldn't get a full inhale. I'd run and get side stitches. I used to get migraines in high school. Sometimes I would feel like I was breathing, but not actually getting air. I had low back pain. When I started treating my diaphragm, not just breathing, but training it, everything changed. Because like any muscle, the more you can actively lengthen it, the more powerfully you can contract it. It's like jumping. The better the preload, the better the jump. Once I trained it, I stopped getting winded. My resting heart rate dropped to 40 beats per minute. My recovery got faster. I rarely feel anxious, and if I do, then I pull myself back to the breath. My strength went up because I finally had pressure. That's why I tattooed "breathe" on my bicep, because there is so much power in that. It's the core of who I am and how I train.
I don't have time.
You breathe all day. Make 2 to 3 minutes intentional.
I get dizzy.
Yes, that's your system adapting to CO2 changes. Slow the exhale, don't force it, it gets better.
I can't feel my ribs move.
Do it lying down first. Put a hand under your ribs for feedback.
I tense when I inhale.
That's stress pattern breathing. Practice in positions where you feel safe, on the floor, supported, and mentally cue expansion, not lifting the shoulders. So start with diaphragmatic 360 breathing. Practice daily, 2 to 3 minutes, and work up to 5 minutes. Then add 3 to 5 intentional breaths after social media, first thing in the morning, and before bed. Use the inhale to expand and the exhale to relax and stretching. In training, use the breath hiss combo to create pressure and stability. In cardio, use rhythmic breathing to build endurance and CO2 tolerance. Drop a comment with your biggest confusion about breathing, whether it's the hiss, the rib cage, or staying calm in the inhale. Subscribe and share this with a friend who is strong but breathing like they're stressed 24/7. Breath is the most accessible performance tool you have. Use it.